What's up, everyone? This is Ramen485 coming with you for another video. You know, of course. Today I got some more errors I'd like to show you. A few of them I picked up, a couple of them are for trade, but you know, I know how much people love errors sometimes, and you know, I collect them, and I've got a few sitting here, so let's get started, shall we? Alright, we'll start with the more subtle ones first. Now, there's some pretty subtle errors that people normally can find. Stuff like this. I picked this up at a Rite Aid. Yes, they still had 2010 stock at a Rite Aid. Go figure. Can you not see it? Look at the front wheel. It's missing a bit of the chrome on it. This one's not for trade because it's the only one I found missing part of the chrome on the wheel. But it's still pretty cool nonetheless. And it's a Nissan GTR. I love a GTR. I've only seen one as far as, you know, just cruising around. Alright. Let's do my next one. I may have showed this in another video, but if you can't tell, this is a Lamborghini Aventador. I may have showed this before, but I'm not too sure, so I brought it up anyways. See right there? Got a big slag in the back wheel. It's kind of cool. I actually took some. I had to actually double take to look at this one because I couldn't tell what it was. I'm like, that don't look right. Looked closer. It's even somewhat ramped the back up slightly, which is kind of cool. All right. This is the Batman Arkham Asylum Batmobile AW, meaning all small wheels. You see, it has all small wheels. Technically, this could be either a variation or an error, but I consider it an error. So, moving on. We're going to try to go through these kind of quickly. These next three are for trade. This one is twinduction. And if you can't tell, again, part of the paint missing on the rear wheel. Which, I don't know how I spotted that, but I did. That one is actually for trade. The next one, Dieselboy. This one's a little bit more obvious. Check the front wheel. No chrome. No gold, no nothing. It's just... that one was sitting on top of a dump bin at Walmart. No, seriously, it was just like sitting like this, kind of like an angle, and it was just sitting there, and I'm like, yeah, that's mine. And this next one is really, really, really subtle, so you have to look. This is the Zamek Skyline. If you can't tell, the front wheel is actually jammed up in the vehicle. This one is also for trade. That one was a hard spot too. I had to double check, and I can't push it back into place even with the blister on it. I've tried, but that one's up for trade. Now, we'll move on to my most extreme one, which I have sitting right here. We won't see that till later, till I'm done. Got it. Okay. Now for some of my more drastic ones. I picked this up at the Hot Wheels 13th Collectors Nationals. Guy gave it to me for free. If you notice, the hood is dislodged from the Grand National itself. It's completely dislodged. Kind of weird, isn't it? I mean, loose parts, it's not ultra rare, but still. They get loose one way or another. Alright, this next one, I picked up at a Family Dollar just here last week. Custom Volkswagen Bug. Now, you can't tell by looking at it. Look at that rear window. Somehow a bubble of paint completely covered this window right here in the back. You see? Get a little closer. You see that? If you notice on the other side and look through it, the other side's clear. And that's how it's supposed to be. It's the first time I've ever found something like that. I don't know, I thought it was pretty cool. So I picked that up. $1.25. It's a little steep, but what are you going to do? Next one is a little odd. This is what I meant by broken pieces or incorrectly put together. Fast and the Furious Nissan GTR. This is from their Fast and the Furious series, which I'm glad they only put 7 cents at Walmart. Anyways, it doesn't look like anything's wrong, does it? Check out that front bumper. If that isn't put on wrong, I don't know what is. But the whole front grill and bumper is completely dislodged, or for the most part half dislodged. This is one of those ones I'm actually holding on to because for one, it's from one of their special lines, and two, my cousin spotted this one. He's like, "Oh my gosh, I found you an error," and I'm like, so Yes, that is my weird gasp. You know how I said the bubble could move on a car? Well, here we go. This is an example of the car bubble being moved. This is a subtle example. This is the Volkswagen Cool Combi. Check out how far it slid over to the side. You see how the plastic's off it? It pretty much, when it was stamped on the card, it was stamped on wrong and it got moved over. One guy found one, it was like halfway up the card. But this next one I got, and the Cool Combi is pretty popular right now. I'm actually still looking for the white one, so excuse me. This is my extreme bubble error. I found this at Kmart, of all places. Look at it. I mean, the bubble's almost completely off on this side, and it's at an angle and goes off the bottom somewhat. It's just like, it's like the car tried to do an endo, but failed utterly. And this is actually one of my favorite errors in my collection. I can't fit it in a Protecto because of how oddly shaped it is. Anyways, and last but not least, I discovered this recently in my thing. This is a loose one, but still. Again, with the blacked out chrome wheel. This one's going with my errors as well. I did not notice this till like earlier. Yesterday, actually. I was going through my collection making a random act of kindness or a Rayoc box for a friend of mine. Getting ready to ship it out sometime this week. And spotted that in my case. So I'm like, ooh, I'm going to put that with my errors. How come I didn't spot that? Alright, this is my favorite error I've ever found. Now, there are stories of people finding stuff or cars with stuff in the package other than the car itself. I found one. This is from the Hot Wheels Jukebox series, which they usually pay about $3 for. Now, what's odd about this one is I spotted it right off the bat. And I'm like, what the heck? Can you tell right off what it is? No? What is that? What is that? I've gotten several responses from the Hot Wheels collector boards. One of them was, check your radiator. The next one was, looks like you've been letting it sit there too long and mushrooms grew in it. But no, the actual thing itself looks like a piece of paper they got attached to the car itself, because if you look on the top of it, it's actually attached to it. But I'm not too sure what exactly it is. But look at that. Right there on the front. You see it looks like a weird looking cauliflower mushroom thingy. But that is just like the second weirdest. That's the second weirdest error I've ever found, next to the one with the pencil mark on the hood. Go figure. Anyways, but this is one of my holy grails of errors. Just for the simple fact of how odd it actually is. I mean, you don't get much odder than that. Next to that one where that guy found a Band-Aid. And it, or this new one someone found, it was a piece of paper shoved between the windows of the car and the top of the car. How does that work? Anyways, as usual, if you like my videos, give me a rate, subscribe. If you want me to document something else, send me a message. I always update on my errors every couple months or so. If I get more than 10 errors in a month, I will update with a new video. So that's going to be my threshold for that. Anyways, thank you for joining me once again, and peace.